Hi, I'm Jared. Today I'm going to guide you through the process of creating an internal standard method with the ePrep digiVOL, the syringe with a brain. This method will add 30 microliters internal standard into a series of autosampler vials, washing and priming the syringe before use. The method will be saved so then an operator can run it. The operator doesn't need to know why I have chosen each particular step. They will only need to follow the recipe as displayed on the tablet. So I'm ready, let's get started.
We start from the main menu screen and select Create Edit Method. The first step we will add will be a prompt step, so select Prompt and then enter Wash Syringe in the prompt field, followed by Done and then Add. We can now see that the prompt is our first step in this method. We're going to wash the syringe 3 times with an aqueous solvent. So to add the next step, we click on the plus and select Loop Start. The loop is often used if you want to repeat any step multiple times. In the Repeats field, we enter 3 and click Done. Then click Add to add this step to our method. Next we'll add the washing steps. So we click on the plus. For the washing procedure, we'll need a couple of steps. Firstly, to aspirate a wash solution and then to dispense the wash solution. So we'll select aspirate, and you can see we could edit these default settings and change the volume to aspirate and the flow rate, but we'll accept these default values. It's good practice to add a description, so in the description field, we'll add wash asp, short for wash aspirate, and click Done and Add. And you can see now the aspirate step has been included as the next step in our method. We shall add another step and again select the plus. We're going to select the dispense and again accept the default value of 250 microliters as the default volume, and we'll add wash disp, short for wash dispense, in the description field. Then select Done and Add. Finally, for this wash procedure, we shall add the last step, which will be loop stop. The software won't let you save the method until the loop has been closed. So to recap at this point, we have the starting 5 steps in our method, which form the washing procedure. The syringe will be washed 3 times with our aqueous wash solvent, ready for the next steps of the method. It is good practice to always prime the syringe before starting a liquid transfer, like we are going to do with the internal standard. The priming is rinsing the syringe with a solution. In this case, we are going to prime 3 times. To begin, we shall add a prompt step, and in the prompt field we'll type Prime Syringe. Click Done and then Add. We shall start another loop and enter 3. We'll aspirate and dispense within the loop, so the syringe will be primed 3 times. Add aspirate. The default values are fine, and we'll enter prime asp, short for prime aspirate, in the description field. Click Done and then Add. Add dispense, and again the default values are fine, and we'll enter prime disp, short for prime dispense, in the description field. Click Done and then Add. Finally, for this syringe prime procedure, we shall add the last step, which will be loop stop. For our internal standard procedure, we have 5 samples, so to start, we shall add a prompt step. And in the prompt field, we'll type int std aliquot, short for internal standard aliquot. It's good practice to do this so when either myself or an operator comes to run this method, it is clear what we will be doing next. Click Done and then Add. The next step we shall add is to aspirate our 150 microliters of internal standard. So we select the aspirate step, we enter a value of 150 in the volume field, and we shall leave the default value of 3600 in the flow rate field. In the description field, type int std asp, short for internal standard aspirate, and then click Done, followed by Add. We're going to dispense 30 microliters from the 150 microliter volume in the syringe into each of the 5 vials. So to do this, we'll create a loop and enter 5 for the value in the repeats field, then click Done and Add. We're now going to dispense the 150 microliters of internal standard. So we click plus to add a step and select Dispense. We'll enter a value of 30 in the volume field, and we'll keep the dispense default flow rate of 37,000 microliters per minute. Then click Done, followed by Add. Then finally we're going to close off this loop. So doing this addition by creating a loop means we can dispense the internal standard solution to the vials without having to go back to the stock solution to aspirate the syringe each time. To sum up, we have effectively 3 parts to our internal standard method. The first part is we are going to wash the syringe 3 times with an aqueous solution. And then for the second part, we will prime the syringe 3 times with the internal standard solution. And then for the last part, we'll transfer 30 microliters of the internal standard solution to each of the 5 vials. The method has now been created. So we shall click on Save to save the method. We'll name the method int std addition, short for internal standard addition. And we're done. And save it. And now the method is ready to run.